This is Una516 on both DeviantArt and YouTube, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit on how to actually use COPIC markers. Now, if you've never heard of the brand COPIC before, here's a good example of it. This is a COPIC marker, and they're kind of spendy, but they're totally worth it because these are the kind of markers that professionals use to color in their work. And so I was going to show you guys how I personally use them to get the best shades and to make the picture look a lot better than it does now. Now, if you're curious about what I use to ink this in with, I use a Prismacolor manga marker set. I'm not sure if these are still out in stores at all.
Yeah.
But I know that you can special order them depending on where you go to buy your supplies. But Prismacolor Premier manga marker set used to do the pre-inking. Figured it'd be better to me do all the pre-inking because it would be way too long of a video if I did the whole thing for you right now. So we're going to start with the skin color. One thing to know is that with COPIC markers they have a chisel tip end, at least with the ones that we have here, and they have a brush tip.
Granted, there's two types of...
Granted, there are two different other types, but we're going to use this type for now. Now, you see how this tip is all black? This is why you start with the skin color. Because when you're inking in, and if you start inking in before your bottom layer is dry, or if you start inking in by darker colors, your tip will get stained, and it kind of ruins the marker. Thankfully, this one is still in life right now. It hasn't died on us yet. And so I'm going to start off with the lighter skin color on the face over here. Okay, so we're just gonna... I always usually use the brush tip whenever I do this kind of work because I find it blends better. But for the base layer, you can use the chisel tip if you want. I just think that I can get it on lighter and better if I just use the brush tip. So. And the base layer doesn't have to be perfect. The good thing about COPIC markers is that you can go over with the same shade at least 2 times if you put it on light enough to make the shades really pop out. So we're just kind of gonna go all over the skin first. And she has an arm down here. I don't know if you can see it on the screen.
You can see it.
You can? Okay.
By the way, this is for Wendy taking video.
Yes, my lovely sister videotaping this for me. And one of the reasons I decided to do this tutorial is because I watch a lot of Mark Crilley videos, and he does really good how to draw tutorials. And, you know, he actually inspired me to kind of share my wisdom, if you will, and kind of taught me
a color tutorial.
Well, I mean, I don't think I ever watched a Mark Crilley video that ever showed you how to use Copics or really how to color much. But this stuff I kind of learned on my own. I never really had a proper manga instructor, or coloring instructor for that matter, so I kind of just went at it on my own, and, you know, I'm actually pretty good at it.
I think you should give her some little blush in her cheeks.
Oh, I had planned to do that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not manga unless you include the classic blushies. Alright.
Backseat drawer!
Backseat artist.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start going on the darker layer. You can see this tip is kind of blackened, but it's not as bad as the last one. And usually with the other colors, you focus more on shades. Since my light source is over here, I'm shading the darker side more on this side here. And I don't know how well it's getting captured on the camera.
It looks fabulous.
I'm kind of putting it on just a little bit dark. Probably a bit darker than I normally do. But
it looks nice on camera.
Does it? Okay. So we're almost done with the skin color here. I could go more in depth with this, but I don't really have any other shades of skin color that would go with this. And so we're kind of going to just move on quickly to the next thing. Usually you want to go on to your next lightest colors next. And I'm going to show you the colors that I'm going to use next. Okay, so one of the best ways to get the best shading on these types of drawings when you're using Copics is to have a variety of the same colors but different shades of that color. So we have over here the yellow color, Y08, and then my darkest yellowish color is YR16, which is actually an orange. There's probably some more colors in between this, but these are all the yellow colors I have. With Copics, you really can't go wrong with getting a lot of similar colors because of the way that they blend. And I'm going to kind of show you that with the hair, which I could show you with the skin, because when it comes to the hair, you get to do hair shinies, and you can add a lot more depth with all the different shades that you got. So I'm going to start doing that now. So, I'm going to kind of start over here. I think hair is one of my favorite things to do because I love the hair shinies. Oh my gosh, hair shinies are so much fun to do. And, you know, you really can't go wrong with hair. I mean, some people don't do shinies, that's fine. You don't have to do shinies if you don't want to. I just like doing shinies, and the one way I kind of do that is I kind of, if you guys ever heard the term tapering before with using microns, you kind of want to do that with the brush tip, because
I think we need to refill that marker.
yeah, this marker may need refilled before I finish the hair here. But I don't think that's going to be an issue because
it's just a base.
it's just kind of, this is kind of like a base color. Oh, I was actually going to put shiny there, but oh well, I guess not. So yeah, and you know, I'm going to put shiny here and really shiny here. Yeah, this marker is dead. One way that you can know that your Copic marker is dying, I mean, it's not really pertaining to this video, but in case you're curious, is that, well, this tip is really bad because,
But you can
like
still
I said, we've mistreated it. But you can kind of see how the tip is getting a little bit whitened at the end. That means that the Copic marker is starting to run out of ink and needs to be refilled. Now, refills, not as expensive as the markers are themselves, but the good thing about that is that with refills, you get like 3 refills with 1 ink cartridge.
Yay.
Which is awesome. So yeah, I think I'm done with this.
Would you like me to refill that before we continue, or?
Oh, it should be fine. I don't think I'm going to need to use it again, because I'm going to move on to the next, is this next darkest shade? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Just double check, because sometimes I forget.
I'm sorry, I kind of zoomed out for a second. My back hurts so bad.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Oh, see how that's smeared a little bit there? I don't know if you can see it, but...
Want me to close up on it?
No, that's fine. You don't get to see my smearing mistakes. So, yeah. Kind of a...
This may be a 2-parter video.
Well, I have a feeling we should just kind of time-lapse through most of this because, to be completely honest, I don't think we need all of this video just focusing on the hair, so... I think we'll just go into a time-lapse here where I'll just do all this and then kind of talk about a little bit about what I did here, so...
Kind of like what Mark Crilley does.
Yeah, well, like what Mark Crilley does. By the way, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description so you guys can check him out if you want to learn how to draw manga, because he's a genius. So yeah, we'll do that. So, we finished the hair, and I'm just kind of going to do the eyes here really quick. To kind of give it the actual effect of a real eye, I kind of go over the white part with a really light gray. Is the final product. I did some more light gray on the shirt to make it actually look like cloth. Some various colors of blue to make it actually shine, and a hint of red for the ribbon. I think one last thing I would like to cover before I end this video is actually the Blender Copic marker. I don't personally use this for, well, a couple of reasons, but the main reason is that it's supposed to be used to like blend shades together, like on the hair and stuff or wherever, while the ink is still wet. However, because the ink is still wet and this is a clear tip on both sides, it stains the tip really easily. And not only that, I don't think it works that great, but you know, you can still use it. It's still a good tool to use. That is pretty much it. I will leave a link to my DeviantArt in the description if you want to get a better look at this picture than what I have here. And thank you for watching. Hopefully, if I do any more tutorials like this, I will have better lighting and a tripod so that the camera isn't so shaky. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later.